PANAGYURISHTE, PM, your briefly report on November 7 in last 12 hours from BulgarianMilitary.com. Russian Northern Fleet's nuclear-powered subs hold underwater duel drills. The Northern Fleet's multi-purpose nuclear-powered submarines Nizhny Novgorod and Pskov held an underwater duel with torpedo practice fire and drills, the flight's press office reported on Thursday. The crews of the Northern Fleet's multi-purpose nuclear-powered submarines Nizhny Novgorod and Pskov performed planned assignments in the Barents Sea. Torpedo practice fire against surface targets was the most complex and responsible stage of the joint underwater maneuvers. The crews of the Northern Fleet's multi-purpose nuclear-powered submarines Nizhny Novgorod and Pskov performed this exercise in the dual version, the press office said in a statement. At the first stage of the drills, the submarines made notional electronic launches while at the second stage they fired dummy torpedoes, the statement says. In addition, the crews of the nuclear-powered subs searched for and stealthily tracked a notional enemy for several days. The submariners also practiced combat maneuvering with their switchover to an attacking position and breaking from the enemy force by way of jamming and setting up dummy targets, according to the statement. Both submarines operated in their submerged position. The depth corridor for the submarines was 50 meters for safety purposes, the fleet's press office said. Many still missing after deadly attack near Canadian run mine in Burkina Faso. Dozens of people were feared still missing on Thursday after an ambush on workers near a Canadian-owned mine in Burkina Faso killed at least 37 and wounded 60 in the worst such attack in the West African nation for years. Quebec-based gold miner Semifo said 5 of its buses with a military escort came under fire on the road leading to its Boungou mine in the eastern region of Est, about 40 kilometers 25 miles, from Boungou, on Wednesday. The assailant's identity was unclear, but Burkina Faso is struggling to combat surging Islamist violence in the remote eastern and northern scrubland areas. It was unclear how many people were in the convoy, what their nationalities were, or how many were missing. 2 security sources told Reuters that potentially dozens were still unaccounted for. Government and military officials declined to comment. A spokesperson for Canada's foreign ministry said there were no reports so far of any of its nationals being affected. U.S. warns Iran could be positioning for rapid nuclear breakout. The United States on Thursday called for serious steps to be taken after Iran resumed the uranium enrichment at its underground Fordo plant in a new step back from its commitments under a 2015 nuclear deal. Iran's expansion of proliferation-sensitive activities raises concerns that Iran is positioning itself to have the option of a rapid nuclear breakout, U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said in a statement. It is now time for all nations to reject this regime's nuclear extortion and take serious steps to increase pressure. Iran resumed the uranium enrichment at its underground Fordo plant south of Tehran on Thursday in a new step back from its commitments under a landmark 2015 nuclear deal. Engineers began feeding uranium hexafluoride gas into the plant's mothballed enrichment centrifuges in the first minutes of Thursday, the Iranian Atomic Energy Organization said. The suspension of uranium enrichment at the long-secret plant was one of the restrictions Iran had agreed to on its nuclear program in return for the lifting of UN sanctions. Read more. Israel helps to Kurds. Russia has Israeli missile interceptor. Al-Baghdadi's wife has been captured. Read more. Russian fighter jets for Turkey. French troops killed leading terrorists. Turkey bombs Iraqi villages. Follow us everywhere and at any time. BulgarianMilitary.com has responsive design and you can open the page from any computer, mobile devices, or web browsers. For more up-to-date news from us, follow our YouTube, Reddit, LinkedIn, Twitter and Facebook pages. Do not miss the chance to subscribe to our newsletter. Subscribe and read our stories and news 360 app in App Store or Google Play or in Feedly app in App Store or Google Play. Greater than be a reporter. Write and send your article. Less than BulgarianMilitary.com editorial team source. TASS, Reuters, TTI. Let's block.